Allow me to introduce you to the HardLock nut. Our powerful, original, self-locking nut keeps any application it is adopted in safe and secure all over the world. One of the world's fastest and the safest high-speed trains, the Japanese bullet train Shinkansen, is supported by the powerful self-locking effect of the HardLock nut. The train and railway tracks are exposed to vibration and impact beyond imagination. The HardLock nut is the only self-locking nut which can withstand such severe vibration and impact. Now, let us see how the HardLock nut compares to other nuts in vibration tests. This test equipment generates extremely tough vibrations and impact in accordance with National Aerospace Standards NAS 3350 and 3354. The nuts are marked prior to testing. By looking at the markings, you can see that the condition of the HardLock nut remains unchanged. These are the results of the vibration test. The single nut flew off after 12 seconds and the double nuts after 30. But the HardLock nut did not loosen at all, even after the maximum 30,000 test cycles and 17 minutes of vibration exposure. This is a transverse Juncker machine. It couples a bolt to a fixed plate and glider plate and moves the vibration plate transverse to the bolt shaft and measures any change in the clamp load. Here are the test results. The vertical axis represents the load applied in the axial direction of the bolt. In short, any loosening of the nuts shows up as a decrease in the clamp load. As the vibration frequency increased, the other nuts loosened and subsequently the clamp load dropped to almost zero. However, there is hardly any change in the HardLock nut's clamp load, indicating that the HardLock nut did not loosen. These severe tests have proven that the HardLock nut can withstand vibrations and impacts not only in the axial direction, but also from the direction perpendicular to the axis. The latter direction is considered to be the predominant cause for loosening bolted joints. The HardLock nut works by utilizing the wedge effect. Wedges are used in places like the torii arches of a Shinto shrine to firmly hold two pieces together. Hammering a wedge between the nut and bolt completely fastens the two. But this is hardly practical when you consider workability. So we divided the nut in two, whereby the convex nut acts as the wedge and the concave nut functions as the hammer. The convex nut is fabricated as a wedge by an eccentric structure that is slightly off-center. This wedge screws in between the concave nut and the bolt to produce a powerful anti-loosening effect. In other words, the convex nut acts like a wedge because it is off-center, and the concave nut functions like a hammer as it is screwed in. The HardLock nut began garnering worldwide attention when a research paper was submitted to a gathering of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers held in Denver, Colorado in July 2005. The paper scientifically proved that the HardLock nut never loosens because of its structure. When a strong impact is applied to a bolt shaft in the longitudinal direction, an ordinary bolt slowly turns in reverse. This shows the nut loosening under vibrations. With the HardLock nut, though some movement to the left and right occurs, you can see that the nut does not turn in reverse. This is the secret behind the world's highest anti-loosening performance that keeps the nut from loosening under any kind of impact. The HardLock nut is often adopted in applications where loosening will cause a potential risk to both people and application. Therefore, we are particularly committed to quality control and frequently perform various quality inspections. This machine measures the dimensions of a nut in 6 places at the same time. This is a nut fastening tester, and this is a high-definition digital projector. Besides this equipment, a variety of inspections are repeated to ensure durability, workability, and fastening and removal. Once the HardLock nut has been installed, it will not run loose, so performing frequent maintenance work is not necessary. Therefore, costs related to maintenance can be reduced immensely by utilizing the HardLock nut. Let's take a look where the HardLock nut is utilized. First, the railway industry. The primary requirement of nuts used with railroads is that they never loosen. Loose nuts can lead to serious accidents. In Japan, the HardLock nut is used at stations and inside walls and other locations of the famed Shinkansen and many other lines to ensure safety. In the UK, the HardLock nut has been officially adopted by Network Rail since 2003, replacing a majority of the fasteners for trains, tracks, switches and overhead wires, and at stations. The HardLock nut has been adopted in the Taiwan High-Speed Rail. It was also officially approved by Queensland Railways of Australia and has been utilized in many locations. Japan is a country with many earthquakes. If a bolted joint were to loosen, the consequences could be catastrophic. The HardLock nut is adopted in a wide variety of applications, both domestically and internationally, including highways and bridges, skyscrapers, huge facilities, power plants, steelworks, and earthquake-resistant homes. Recently, the HardLock nut has been adopted by Vale SA in Brazil, the world's largest producer and seller of iron ore, in various heavy machinery and equipment, and has received an extraordinary evaluation for its remarkable loosening prevention performance, contributing to improvement in safety and extensive reduction in maintenance costs. And finally, let me introduce you to the HardLock family. This is the HardLock rim. It has a stopper for tooling on the concave nut to improve workability. This is the HardLock bearing nut. It is used in a wide range of industrial machinery to lock bearings and prevent loosening. This is the HardLock set screw, which revolutionized mold clamping in the automotive industry. HardLock industry always works towards improvement when developing new products. What started in Japan has spread around the world. The products of HardLock industry are fast at work in places you do not see within the foundations of society. Since our founding, everyone at HardLock industry, no matter what process they are involved with, has been forever passionate about safety in order to ensure world-class quality, making products that are guaranteed safe in any environment. Safety is power. Safety is HardLock.